which actually made them vulnerable in team fights. But the Nocturne ban here, the Tahm Kench takeaway, means that C9 is actually the stronger team in team fights, and Jiizuke might be unlocked to get a little bit more split pushing done if he can get to that stage.
Now, personally, I would like to see Cloud9 switch the locations of Licorice and Nisqy in this game. I think Rumble Poppy is pretty abusive overall. Yeah. I don't think Poppy has good ways into the matchup. She rushes Adaptive Helm. Everyone else on that team has a great time fighting her. I think also Aatrox can look pretty good into Ekko. You can at least get away from the stun cages. So the players aren't going to swap champions. I think that's fine. Keep Licorice in the Aatrox. He's got more reps on it. But I would like to see those players swap lanes.
I mean, it's definitely possible. It hasn't been something that C9 has really done any of. It's generally they're the team that swaps champ rather than swap player. Last year, CLG experimented a little bit with swapping player lanes in one of the, I think the third place playoff match. But more largely, since I do think it will be Nisqy in the mid lane here, this is a really interesting matchup because there's actually a lot of debate about whether or not Ekko is a counterpick into Rumble. We had this earlier on in the year when I think it was PoE played Rumble into Ekko and smashed. Earlier on in the year, though, over in the LPL, Rookie had played Ekko into Rumble and actually gotten multiple solo kills on him. So there's definitely some skill matchup there. Ekko can, at some points, match the wave clear of Rumble, but more importantly, if you can get into mid-game with equal items, Ekko starts winning the side lane. So that's what EG's doing. Again, it's going to be about whether or not that mid-jungle can stand up for EG in trying to set Nisqy behind.
We have to see. Right away, we're going to have a pretty standard-looking early game. We have seen a lot of invades. A lot of invades in these early games. Usually late invades around, 128 in. You suddenly walk in and look for the play. Had a couple of counter punches at both sides, and as Blaber comes topside with Sweeper there, they could easily sweep this ward and go for the invade that we see him do so often.
Ooh, actually gives the experience and the extra gold over to Licorice. That's a smart play. When one person sweeps, the other person kills. You actually both get the gold for the ward. And let's see if Blaber can pull off something devastating on Svenskeren here, because Olaf is one of the strongest early game duelists in the game and also one of the fastest clears. So he would have an opportunity to really set Svenskeren behind if he can predict the right calls and take a large camp advantage in the early game.
I looked up, as you were mentioning mid lane matchups, I looked up one of the online stat aggregators for the expected Rumble vs. Ekko matchup, and its conclusion is Ekko wins Rumble wins against Ekko 1.3% less often than expected. Which means that, even after calculating all the win rates and how strong they tend to be in solo queue, Ekko does have a 1.3% sort of additive win rate edge, which makes you say, okay, at least in solo queue, which is not pro play, don't get me wrong, but in general, at home play, Ekko is favored.
Yeah, and early game, though, the Flame Spitter is pretty unmatched. So you can see Nisqy getting a lot of early game push, also knowing that his own jungler has swept out the red buff of the Gragas, so he's not worried about an early game Predator gank as of yet. But okay, yeah, I would agree that the Ekko, at least in that sense, is kind of favored. But if you're thinking about what's the more common pro pick, it's definitely Rumble. So still fascinating to see what'll happen here.
And as we go through the very early parts of the game, we're going to have a small, quick 2-camp lead for Olaf. This is expected in Olaf against pretty much any matchup in League of Legends. Olaf absolutely obliterates the early jungle and, of course, got to steal away some camps. I'm curious how much more efficient Blaber can be as the camps are respawning. There is not a level lead for the Olaf. They're both going to be 3 if they fight for the Scuttle. The Olaf's reasonably healthy, but so is the Gragas, and as Blaber drops the wards away, he's got the Scuttle on the correct side. Since Nisqy's shoved in mid, no one's here to stop that Scuttle play.
Yeah, just tons of overwhelming Olaf power. But if Svenskeren can sneak in the right spot, he's trying to go faster than Blaber, but Blaber's here.
Blaber's already here. 3v3. Decent damage on the Vulcan has to go back to grab his axe, though could not find the slow, but they found the pull. Svenskeren has a flash afterwards. They're going to trade blows back and forth. Both teammates have very low champions, and now Kumo has to do the predictive flash. Didn't know if Licorice would follow through, and now fighting the mid side. A quick shield for Jiizuke, but Nisqy can trade right back afterwards. Takes a turret shot, but shields it, and wins that first trade mid lane.
Yeah, highly questionable body slam there by Svenskeren to go in when Blaber is right there with a level advantage. So I think kind of lucky to get out of that with just a flash burned is they're getting pretty cheeky with those trades in the mid lane.
I like that one, though. Nisqy got himself overheated, went into that silenced form. Jiizuke said, okay, time to re-engage, take that trade. Went well, lands the Q. He's got to be careful. Oh, he flashed to get the pullback. Needs one more auto and finds it. Ooh. First blood, 1v1 for Jiizuke.
Jiizuke, the minions almost kill him afterwards, but he stays alive for now. Down in CS because he's been getting shoved in all game, but knows he has the isolation chance.
He can be spotted, by the way. Licorice walked through the vision radius of Svenskeren, and Jiizuke realized a little bit too late. Aatrox coming for him.
The greed at the end by Jiizuke. He really just wanted to shove out the wave because I can't see the exact experience bar, but there's a chance he could have hit 6 there. What a hook.
He's ignited. He's running low. Snipe is gonna land, and Zven grabs himself a kill in the bottom lane.
Oh, man. Well, this game got interesting in terms of people trying to outplay each other. What could have been a really big moment for Jiizuke, I think is not, because he still lost a big wave. He's only got 20 CS at 5 minutes, and now they might kill Licorice, who burned flash to get that Jiizuke kill.
Has nowhere to go. They coordinate it well, and finally a gank to the top side is rewarded. A great layering of the crowd control body slam, then the knock backwards. Now re-engage in mid. Nisqy has to respect the fact that he's a 1v2 back there. Jiizuke gets the shield, gonna stay safe, keeps the farm going. But EG have answered back with a kill. They are only 700 gold down.
They're still in it, as they are still in this series after picking this one up. We're gonna watch the solo kill one more time though. Level 4 versus level 4. Nisqy wants to finish this shove so he can reset, but he gets tagged by one part of the queue. Nisqy actually doesn't get hit by the return on the Ekko Q, but still ends up losing the trade despite bringing Ignite. So you could see what a dangerous game he was doing trying to shove. And yeah, absolutely. Jiizuke thinks he can get that Q and back away, but Licorice knows his flash ranges and gets the kill.
Blaber, ever aggressive. Actually, jeez, this is absurd. Doubling the camp count of the opposing jungler already, as Blaber has added the Drake to his repertoire. Level 5 versus level 5. A lot of XP, a lot of gold. More snipes down to the bottom side. Zven and Vulcan feel comfortable down here in this matchup with that kill. Zven has upped the boots of speed, which has got to feel nice. And they shove in that wave and walk around.
Yeah, and the greatness of our observers to catch all these Blitzcrank hooks makes it feel like Vulcan is landing everything down bottom. He's definitely landed a lot, and that's making that a big point of power for C9's bottom lane, and is kind of pulling Blaber towards that side of the map for the overall control. But just like thinking overall, 1,000 gold is good, but EG's definitely still in it. I mean, Jiizuke can get the split going on. I feel like Svenskeren is going to safely farm until level 6, and unless C9 can orchestrate a dive bottom here with Rumble Olaf, EG might be able to stabilize. I think we have a really big moment coming up if C9 tries to use this current mid lane push from Rumble and do something bottom lane. I guess they decided
to happen right now. Yeah, I guess no big play being done right now. Waiting for the ultimates to come through, which should be very soon for the Cloud9 duo lane down here. Svenskeren and Licorice gonna trade blows. Of course, again, no flash get away. Gotta watch out for the rest of these knockups. Explosive cask builds him some space, but Nisqy might come through looking for the equalizer, but they know he can body step back over the wall, so not gonna happen just yet. Jiizuke re-engages, finds some damage on Nisqy as Licorice kites back, has already popped the ulti, and now back to the slow mode, gonna slowly make his way back over. Level 6 on both junglers despite the camp difference. Svenskeren able to walk away, pops the Scryer's Bloom to see what's going on, but that's still gonna be the start. Nice pull by Vulcan, shield comes down for Jiizuke, equalizer gonna miss entirely as he kites away from every single ultimate. Dances a couple of times, puts in the taunt, walks back in.
I mean, yeah, Jiizuke doesn't even have to burn ultimate. And I think EG was losing this Rift Herald anyway after Svenskeren got chunked towards the blue buff. It is just a really weird feeling I have in this series, Phreak, where we keep saying, like, oh, C9 is technically ahead on this play, but it feels like they could have been more ahead on the play, so maybe EG should feel happy about it. You know what I mean? Because Svenskeren didn't die on that invade. Nisqy was able to ult back to the wave to continue to keep pressure up. And C9 just hasn't completely run away with it yet. And this weak side Poppy is still unkilled, right? So they're scaling up in these important parts. And Jiizuke is still even gold with Nisqy, so at least EG's game plan is still intact.
Yeah, and realistically, I mean, it's funny because I agree with your point, right? To the one hand, we've been kind of tempered. We've been sort of given this Pavlovian response of, well, Cloud9 started a fight, so we're salivating. Here's the 3 kills. Oh, why is it not 3 kills? The bell rang. What do you mean? But at the same time, we just saw Game 3 where it was a 5,000 gold lead and EG won. The scaling difference, not the same. Don't get me wrong. The team comps change the texture of these games every single time, but anytime where C9 are not closing down on a 3,000 gold lead, you're like, well, okay, maybe they really are just slowing down, or teams are figuring them out a little bit, or EG are just playing better.
Yeah, and I've talked about this for a lot of the split, when C9 has been so dominant, and every game they have like a 3,000 or 4,000 gold lead heading into 15 minutes. And I think the strongest part of EG's game is post 15 minutes, and how they're actually able to play the map, or even in last game, how they can coordinate and engage clean team fights. And the fact that C9 has been so far ahead in all of these games, you aren't sure if they're going to be as good in even games. And the people that counter me on this argument say, like, Jatt, just because they haven't done it doesn't mean they're going to be bad at it. And I'm not saying they're going to be bad at it, but it's almost impossible for a team as dominant as Cloud9 to get practice playing games even. So, at the very least, EG is more practiced in even games if there ever is a world for them to actually beat C9 in the series. And if they can pick up this kill on Licorice, that would be huge.
Almost solo someone. Kumo, side Svenskeren walks in for the point blank body slam, and gets that kill picked up. 2-0 on the top side, Svenskeren getting both kills. EG ahead in kill count, but they're under pressure down here. Vulcan is exhausted. Here come the teleport plays. Here comes the fight. Herald will crash.
Double TP.
Money. There's a ton of burst, and Kumo burning down with Ignite, just barely going to survive, grabs his shield. Still though, Blaber finds a single kill, walks away from Zeyzal. Bane's gotta be careful as well. Next fight could come through, Equalizer forces the flash. Kumo will barely stay alive, but Nisqy is still hungry. He still wants these kills. Looks for the first slow, looks for the potential TP play on a Licorice, and he's pushing down onto Bang. Zven finds the snipe, Zeyzal cannot flash out. There's 2 kills picked up on the bottom side. All of C9 live. They picked up 3 kills. They got the plates, they'll get the turret as well.
Well, at least I got to say I think EG stands a chance in an even game, because this game is no longer even. This is a 4,000 gold lead by C9 when EG invests 2 teleports to make it to a bot lane play and still gets run over. That's just a disaster. So right in that fight, Blaber's Olaf was so strong, from the farming he'd done early to completing that warrior enchantment on Olaf, and what was a close game is no longer a close game. 3,500 gold lead for C9.
With bot lane turret already cracked, with double Drakes picked up now already, we're back to the form we saw in the first 2 games where EG don't get to grab anything early on. Now, I will say, top sleep's been pressured. Bang gives himself a turret plate. The one was already grabbed by Kumo and Svenskeren earlier. He now grabs number 2 for himself. Licorice goes for a flash play as he's got to get away from Kumo and Jiizuke. Puts down the chains, gets away from some of it, still finds the knockup though, but is able to walk away. Now the re-engage as Zeyzal is caught on the wrong side of the map, and he is simply outnumbered. Blaber easily throws in the cleaver, gets the kill picked up, and top is going to be pushed in.
Yeah, Blaber's starting to take over this one. He's going Black Cleaver as well, which I love, on the Warrior Olaf to try and extend the point in time where you're powerful and able to duel people. And he's just kind of running through Ashe and Tahm Kench at this point. So EG, who was stabilizing fairly well early, miss an arrow, kind of took their shot and completely whiffed it with the double TP bottom lane, and now they're suffering the consequences.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough road ahead. This is going to be really, really difficult for EG. We're getting to that 15-minute mark. We're already at that 4,000 gold lead. Question is, once we get there, can EG find their way back in? Vulcan goes to the aggressive play. They could find the stun, but they could find a huge engage. 1 for 0, the flash away, just barely. No, Blaber will still burn down. It's a 2 for 1 so far in Cloud9's favor. Evil Genius, sorry, 1 for 1, I take that back. They did not get that first kill as fast as I thought. It's been able to be disengaged. As the recall comes through for Licorice, he's not going to be joined in this fight. It's a disengage. A 1 for 1 is not the worst thing of all time.
Yeah. Also getting the shutdown onto Blaber means there's more total gold that goes over to EG for that one. It's even better if they can stop that turret from being pushed, but here is where the game broke. EG wants to stop this Rift Herald play, so they just commit. Notice the Ekko and the Poppy both arrived, but Poppy was half health and had no flash or ult from the previous fight they just had top lane. So instead of completely retreating, C9's actually willing to stand and fight, and they get huge rewards from it. Nisqy so freely just flashes over that wall to cut off the retreat path of Bang and Zeyzal, and then the previously killed Licorice can teleport as well to finish with the cleanup. So this is really where the game blew open, and that 4,000 gold lead still stands for C9.
It's going to look pretty good for them as Blaber starts with the blue buff, gets it a bit low, and says, all right, I guess I'll take it. I've got a Rumble and an Aatrox for my solo laners. I guess if Zven wants to come down, he can, but nope. Pure Aatrox, or sorry, pure Olaf power farm. Group them together, throw your Q through both. The leash range allows you to sit both there conveniently without them getting impatient with you. So, pro tip there for the 1 in a million chance for your solo laners don't want your blue buff. And let's be fair, in solo queue, that Rumble still wants your blue buff. Just don't let him have it. And Blaber gets some extra gold.
For sure. That's actually a fun trick that I don't see enough people do, is the Gromp and blue at the same time. Experienced junglers definitely do it, and you got to see a good example of it there. Where C9 uses this Rift Herald could clinch the series if they can get 1 or 2 turrets in mid lane and really break open that spot to give no safe place for the Ashe on Kench to set up. I think it'll be big. Blaber, head back there, buddy.
No, they pinged him. Okay.
Yeah.
Tried to cheat a couple of seconds. No, you gotta wait for the spawn. You gotta grab it. He's fine. And I think it's just
tough.
I would almost summon it here, but I think they get it from the wave itself. No, they're gonna take the recall first. Okay. I think they're gonna set up for Drake. I think it's them taking the 1 minute recall timer and saying, okay, Mountain Drake is how we kind of secure this one, get on Soul Point, and take Mountain Soul.
Okay, so Drake in 50 seconds, Rift Herald in Blaber's hands. They probably push out mid, then drop it with about 15 seconds or so left on the Herald and move towards Drake. The way that EG is going to want to stop them is likely with some type of Ashe Arrow engage, because they don't have a flash onto Gragas. So if they can Ashe Arrow a critical target, there's no QSSs, there's no Tahm Kenches, and they would probably like to try and burst out either Nisqy or Zven. Save for that, I think they would lose a river fight against a Rumble, and they're probably going to lose this turret before the Drake goes down.
All right, well, turret only needs to take a couple 100 points of damage before the charge does the rest of it. So there's the first couple of shots. Nice explosive cask.
No.
Gets the Herald back off of it and starts a bit of wave clear. Kumo and Licorice are fighting. Kumo very tanky. Licorice down to only 70%. That was a nice ulti. It does keep the turret alive, but it is a tool missing for the Drake fight.
Yeah, EG decided to play it a different way. They are completely conceding the Drake and not going for a fight whatsoever, and they're just trying to get more gold on Jiizuke. The Gragas ultimate has temporarily saved the turret. If they can actually keep the turret up long term, this is a fine trade, because they're basically just buying themselves 5 more minutes and waiting until Jiizuke can get to a point where he might be able to one-shot Zven's Varus, which is ultimately where EG thinks they have a chance to win the game.
Yep, and I would say, as far as intrinsic value is concerned, with that top lane turret dying, both running away. Okay, and we got an engage in the mid lane. A pull again onto 2. How are you getting away from this one? There's no way out for Zeyzal. Bang's gonna try. Jiizuke is running for dear life as well. Big snipe lands. Blaber chasing in, flash away from Bang. Possible stun for Jiizuke, gets the shield at least. Here comes the equalizer without Bang having a way of rocking away. He's gotta go the slow way around. Blaber tries for action number 2, can't land that one either. Fancy Pete for Bang, he's gonna get away. It is just the 1 for 0 off of a great hook from Vulcan.
Oh, grab the red buff on the way out. But yeah, good sidesteps from Bang, but a better hook from Vulcan at the start of the fight. And now that turret that EG kind of desperately tried to defend, they're actually not letting it go down. They're TPing in again with 2 people. Kumo and Bang are both coming in.
Jiizuke burns the ult to get his health bar back up. Here comes the re-engage. Here comes the play. Nisqy's got to watch out. He's body slammed in. A rampage for the MVP of Svenskeren, at least the former one. We'll see what it looks like this time around. As Licorice now has to run away, and it is a 5v4 in EG's favor. The health bars are low. The tackle forward. Kumo is going to be the one to set it all up. A flash, tongue lash kill. Kumo's got one on the board. EG get a 2 for 0. Maybe they can push something down with that map control.
Really slick finish by Kumo there. Heroic charging the Scuttle Crab to get into range to land a Q onto Blaber's ultless and at the time flashless Olaf. And EG's still a pretty low chance in this game, but they're not tilted. I got to commend them for staying in this game, trying yet another double TP play after the first one went so horribly wrong, and trying to make opportunities work for them. I mean, if this if this Drake comes up in 3 minutes and they're actually able to contest, they have an outside chance of pushing this one to a 5th game.
And they've actually shrunk the gold lead temporarily to 3,500. So over the last 5 minutes, they've kept it relatively flat. Yes, they've bled that 3rd Drake buff, but they've been able to fight close to equal.
Yeah, a bunch of damage goes to Jiizuke, but he ults it away. And since one teleport went in fog, I don't think EG was actually, I don't think C9 was expecting all 5 people here for EG. And since they had lost their Rumble, they were down all their ultimates, the chase through at the end was relatively simple for EG.
Anytime of gold lead flatlines, though, we saw what it looked like in Game 3. Yes, the comps were different, but when the gold lead flatlined, EG got to mid-game and found better fights. They're at least finding equal fights. Of course, the problem is they're against Soul Point. In 2 minutes, Cloud9 has a chance at grabbing the 4th Mountain Drake, grabbing Mountain Soul, and giving everyone a pretty massive 300-ish, depends the champion, point shield to add to the health bar. That is worth a lot of gold. That is worth a lot of power. That, in a lot of cases, seals the game. EG gonna have people to fight for that one, because before they've been giving that one up. Kumo and Licorice in a bit of a spat down here, but it's really just wave clear. Nice knock-up, but honestly, Kumo gets to feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah, Kumo's actually really strong right now. The 102 only down 30 CS to Licorice. The Poppy versus Aatrox is the answer I bet they wish they had earlier on in this series. There's a little bit of tension here from the side of C9. They have a flashless Rumble, who, if he gets Ashe arrowed, could just get instantly killed. Svenskeren's really strong right now, with Morel and Omicron done and Flash up. So that's a big hook. Oh, man.
That's a stopwatch to buy 2 seconds. Ashe's going to land on Blitzcrank, but they find the shutdown. Vulcan grabs it. Svenskeren's going to flash away. No cast for the disengage. Jiizuke might just want in, chooses not to. It's 5v4 on the map. That hook is giving Cloud9 a lot of control.
Yeah, I mean, that's Blitzcrank for you. As I'm talking about all the setup, Zeyzal gets hooked again. That's the 6th death on Tahm Kench, and that also burned his stopwatch, so unable to save him here. Fun fact that a lot of people forget is the Blitzcrank ult breaks shields. So Tahm Kench is not tanky against Blitzcrank. If Vulcan just holds his ult for when Zeyzal activates his gray health, then he's dead. So that's one of the reasons they're bursting down this Tahm Kench so effortlessly.
That's one of the reasons they picked Blitzcrank once they saw Tahm Kench. There's obviously like the one you can see with your eyes where he grabs someone, you grab Tahm Kench and get 2 foes, and you feel great about it. But yeah, you literally counter the primary tank mechanism with the gray health by just pressing R at the right time. And I mean, at worst, you can silence, so you can't press it either, and you kill him before the shield ever comes down. Kumo's going to find a tackle, but can't get much more. Licorice going to burn the flash, just as Kumo did. Now Jiizuke's in the back line, can't find anything more than just the shield.
Jiizuke might get a big ult.
Engage. Damage onto Licorice, looking for the plays. It's going to be the out for the jungler of Cloud9. The top laner going to drop. Bang is safely hitting the backside. Jiizuke might be ready to re-engage. Once again, we're 20 minutes in, and EG are finding ways to team fight with a 4,000 gold deficit. But Cloud9, of course, don't want to give away Drake. They would love to find the smite. The problem is they're outnumbered. It's 25 seconds till Licorice respawns, and I believe he will maybe, just maybe, have TP back when he does.
I mean, EG playing the long game there. They actually let Kumo reset and let Bang run back to the wave, even though they had a temporary 4v5 and an altless, flashless Olaf. They're hoping to just get another fight in this area, even though the cost of failure is so high. C9 started up again. Let's see if EG contests.
You have to win the smite, but you cannot get this away. But they find the hook on Svenskeren, and they shut him down. That should be Soul, and it is. Vulcan is doing all of the hard work in this game. Cloud9 get Mountain Soul.
The Blitzcrank has been absolutely huge, but I have to question EG's decision not to just go for Drake after getting the kill. C9 resets up position, EG can't get their flank in order, and they burst down Svenskeren. Now with no jungler, EG's got to go. They got to stop this Baron.
Licorice is here, 5 versus 4 in favor of that. Again, they hook in the Tahm Kench. He's able to get away. Big stun comes in, but it's not enough. Jiizuke cannot find what he needs. Zeyzal brings Bang to safety, but Licorice and Nisqy are still on the chase. It's 2 more kills picked up. Even though Svenskeren respawns, his teammates are still dead, and this is pretty easy for Cloud9 if they want to simply take the reset. Jiizuke sees him recall, can't get the stun.
Whew, look at that bot difference right now, 405, 207. and then the 0-7-3 Tahm Kench. Zeyzal has tried his damnedest to get vision control down in this game, but the Blitzcrank and the Varus pick potential has just been so damn high. They have double QSS now on those two, so even if Bang tries to fight back with his Ashe ultimate, it'll be turned around. And this is a Baron that C9, even though they have the smite advantage, doesn't need to finish. They're just looking to get another 5v4. Another perfect heat-seeking hook almost onto Zeyzal from Vulcan right there. And just because they have 5 people, Bang's low on mana, Jiizuke did everything he can, but it's just not enough. And finally, you know, C9 look poised to finish off this series.
Seems quite likely here. It's not the same as Game 3. The comeback seems pretty far away from Evil Geniuses, so Cloud9 about to make their way into the LCS final. They just got to close out this game, and the odds are ever in their favor. And now we get to see Cloud9 shove down the mid lane. They're going to say, okay, we tried the Baron dance a little while ago, got us 2 kills, but now it's back to regular old sieging. Baron's there if they want it, but for now, flash hook not going to land for Vulcan, but he tries as hard as he can. Zeyzal brings Bang to the back line to help clear the way for the inhibitors over attack. Licorice going to find Kumo, stunned up, interrupts the ult. He's going to put that in 30-second cooldown, and Kumo has to wait around for the next time he can cast that one. Regardless, mid lane's cleared away. Mid tier 2 drops. Cloud9 grow the gold lead to 6,000.
And just like, think of the mental edge that having this Mountain Soul gives them. All of those shields on everyone of C9 allows them to be so much more reckless with how they play around these turrets, because they were already winning 5v5s. Now they can just kind of, with reckless abandon, burn Vulcan's flash and feel like it's okay, and also start up this Baron, because the shield is going to absorb a lot of the initial Baron damage. I'm expecting a Scryer's Bloom from Jiizuke really soon, or a Hawkshot. If not, this is just going to be taken away by C9. Okay, there it is. They see it, but I don't know if they can make it in time.
No one's even close to nearby. Licorice clears the mid lane. There's going to be a stun to him. They're going to go for the play. They're going to try to kill the Aatrox. Cast brings them back. That'll at least be a 1-for-0. But Baron still makes them pretty comfortable. Cloud9 hard engage the 4v5. Nice poppy ult, sends one back. Go for the second kill towards Vulcan. They can't get him just yet. Blaber knocks down Bang. Takes down the bot lane by himself. 1 versus 2. Pushes back to Jiizuke. Stunned up. And oh my gosh, you're kidding. He can't even die. It's a 2-for-1 victory there in that team fight. Cloud9, they lost Licorice. Start the 4v5. Get 2 for nothing.
Blaber was truly an unstoppable force in that fight. He basically 1v3'd the backline as EG made a bit of a desperation play there. I actually don't completely hate it by going straight for Licorice. They know they can't make Baron in time, so they say, all right, let's get a kill, and then if C9 still tries to fight us, maybe we can win a 5v4. So right here, they kill Licorice. Jiizuke's hoping to find a big ultimate. That's why he moves down and is waiting for C9 to come in, but he can't quite get the angle and ends up ulting nothing. Meanwhile, look at the right of your screen. Through the exhaust, the true damage of his E still comes through. Just blasts Bang, and then he takes on another 3 people. Pushes them all away. Zven kills 1, and I believe a Triumph heal comes in at the very end to finish boosting up his health bar. So 8,000 gold, Baron in tow, Mountain Soul, C9. This might be their push to finals.
Now the silver lining is, well, at least one of them doesn't have Baron buff, as Licorice died with it, but it's not really going to matter too much. Zven is going to take some alone time at the bottom tier 2 turret. That one's going to fall. Turret number 5 goes to Cloud9's way. Add more gold, add more map control. They're looking to now knock down a inhibitor turret. Top is the only really unpushed lane. Blaber, once again, is the side laner here. He's soloing in the mid lane, as Cloud9 stand 4 stronger on the right-hand side of the screen. And here comes the wave onto the inhibitor turret. EG going to be pressed to defend this one, but Zven really not taking any damage. And he doesn't have actually good defensive tools on his squad. He can burn the cleanse and that's it, but there's no one to really get people out of the way. Huge snipe comes in, and Jason Blaber just completely shuts down Svenskeren. Now the fight is on towards Kumo, but Bang is free firing, and Blaber will lose his life. That's a 1-for-1 jungler created on both sides. Looking at a re-engage potentially. Zven's going to feel safe. They're going to knock down the inhibitor itself, and they can walk to mid if they need to. For now, it's 1-for-1, plus a turret and the inhibitor dropping, and they might take the reset. We're only 25 seconds away from the Elder Dragon spawning, and C9 do not want to drop that one.
Yeah, I think C9 playing this one pretty safe. Blaber was hoping to end the game there after Nisqy's equalizer basically did all of Svenskeren's health, and now I think C9 is really geared up for this Elder Dragon fight. Death Stance completed onto Olaf. He also has a stopwatch that's unused. Double QSS, double stopwatch on C9 as a whole makes them very prepared for this final fight. And EG would need to get kind of a godlike ultimate from Svenskeren to unposition C9 in order to have a good chance in this fight. They're rushing before Blaber can make it, though, and C9 is going to have to go.
They're going to try the miracle play in a very, very brief 5v4. Can they make it happen? Blaber, you can see him on your screen running over to make this one happen. And this means C9 will fight full power. Going for the play into Zeyzal. Equalizer going to force Bang to flash away as Vulcan front lines. Jiizuke tries for the play, can't get much done. Licorice still holding the front side. Zeyzal running low on health. Bang is going to drop to the flame spitter. Nisqy's already on the board on this one. It's a 5v4 chase down. Kumo burns the flash. The next slow will guarantee he dies. It's all right. My life for ire. I'll drop. You can kill me, but maybe Svenskeren will live. He's waiting over the wings. Vulcan knows he's there. Can't find the hook, but can he find the steal? Has to jump over the wall. There is now no chance to take away the Elder Dragon. This will go Cloud9's way. They will now knock down Svenskeren as well. He's going to drop. That's the killing spree for Nisqy. Cloud9, 18-9. Elder Dragon buff on. They're ready to end the game.
Yeah, you love the Elder Dragon animation to execute when people get low. Still long death timers, 10 on Bang, 30 on Sven, 20 on Kumo. C9, they're probably just going to walk these waves in and try and move the finals.
This seems likely. There's almost no chance to defend this one anymore. The second inhibitor is going to drop, and Cloud9 have the wave. They have the numbers lead. They have the Elder Dragon buff. They have everything they need to close this one out. First turret's going to drop. At what point can EG defend 3v5? And that point is never. They're going to try with their fourth member as Kumo comes in. They're going to do their very best. They knock back one. They hope to find some kind of a team fight as Kumo frontlines. Equalizer over the top is going to find Bang, spit back out. The rest of the squad respawns. They've got all five, and they're going to try. It's going to be valiant, but it's not going to be enough. 3 quick kills picked up. Cloud9 going to complete the best of 5. They're going to take down the Nexus and secure that ticket into finals.
C9, 3-1. A lot of us were expecting a sweep, but we generally got what we were coming for in terms of C9 being such a dominant team. There were definitely several moments in that game where it looked like EG just needed this next thing to work in order to come back. But as soon as that moment happened, Vulcan would find a hook on Blitzcrank, and the game would swing again in C9's favor. So while I think C9 would have liked to be undefeated heading into finals, they'll take heading into finals. The final prize is ultimately that LCS Spring Split Championship, where C9 as an org has been in the drought